What is up, everyone? It's TyranitarTube and welcome back to another Pokemon Sun and Moon live discussion video. More Pokemon have leaked. Sit tight, I'm gonna go through them. So, CoroCoro leaked this week. It comes out every 15th of the month, and it leaked on the 12th today, actually just a few hours ago, and they revealed 2 new Pokemon. So right off the bat, you guys could see the first Pokemon. This bear Pokemon is a bear Pokemon, and it's called Kitaraguma. You can see when you look at it, it's supposed to be this cute Pokemon that just looks so scary because it's too cute. It is a normal fighting type, and it has the 2 abilities Fluffy and Klutz. Now, if you guys don't know Klutz makes it so you can't use any items. It's a really stupid ability. But Fluffy is a new ability. Now, this Pokemon is classified as the powerful arms Pokemon. I've seen a few people relate this thing to Komala because this thing is a normal fighting type, and Komala is a pure normal type, and it kind of would make sense if it evolved, but this doesn't make sense because Komala is like a sleeping Pokemon that has comatose, and it can't just evolve into this thing which is breaking logs. No, this thing's gonna keep its own log. This Pokemon just doesn't look like Komala. I don't think this is the evolution of Komala, but you could see some cool things, like it has the power to actually break a log like that, just crush it. And you can see its size right there. I mean, it's supposed to be over 2 meters tall and weigh over 100 kilograms, so it's kind of a jumbo Pokemon. Now, Fluffy is one of the abilities this Pokemon can get, and I think it's kind of obvious what it does. Probably has something to do along with the lines of flinching, so you're kind of scared to go near this thing, but at the same time, it's Fluffy, so you'll go near this thing. Maybe Fluffy increases your flinch rate because people approach you thinking you're cuddly, and then you're ugly as hell. People in Alola are actually scared of this bear Pokemon to the point where they put warning signs just like we do. And that's because it is so strong, it can apparently break anything in 2. They're so serious with this, they say if you want to raise this bear Pokemon, it puts your life in danger because it likes giving hugs to its trainer. That's crazy. Moving on, there's so many Pikachu clones out there. So what are they gonna do? The Pikachu clone. Ooh, this thing's brought so many mixed emotions out. This Pokemon is known as Mimikyu, and it is a costume Pokemon. It is a disguised Pokemon. Now, before we even get into what Mimikyu is, let's go through the origin story. So this thing right here is a Pikachu plush from 20 years ago. It says on this magazine that Mimikyu's costume is based on Pikachu merch that was popular 20 years ago. Like, this is a fat, deflated Pikachu. So it actually possesses that Pikachu merch and becomes a ghost fairy type, and that is insane. Now, if I were to go onto 4chan or something, everyone is complaining about this. 2 Pikachu clones? What were they thinking? The Pikachu face is painted on, the real eyes are on the belly. Are you stupid? It's just a cloth. The real Pokemon is under, and we'll probably see its evolution. That's the point. That's the point. This isn't a Pikachu clone. This isn't even a Pikachu. It's a ghost fairy type. It looks like a Pikachu. It has the ability Disguise. Now it makes sense. Stop jumping to conclusions. This thing just disguises as other Pokemon. There's obviously more to it because this thing can't disguise as any Pokemon, but this thing has the ability Disguise. So maybe because this thing is based off a Pikachu plush, maybe Disguise does this. It says that Mimikyu hates sunlight and prefers dark places. It's rumored that the cloth covering its body is a strategy to avoid the sun. Don't try to remove the cloth, because if you do, you get afflicted with an illness. What if Disguise is an ability where when you send this thing out, it has a substitute essentially out? Like, this cloth covering it is essentially a substitute, and you gotta break that, and then its real form comes out, because you can see in one of these screenshots that there's this dark energy, this dark possessing thing inside that comes out, and those 2 dots on its belly were its eyes. Like, there's something under it. So maybe when you break the Pikachu sub, the real thing comes out and it's a ghost fairy type, because it's not gonna look like a Pikachu clone. It's not. A ghost fairy type is gonna have its own unique look, but right now they just revealed it as a Pikachu ripoff, but it's cool. Jeez, is this what 4chan is up to? You know, what might actually be interesting and probably least expected is if this Pokemon is actually so much more important than we think. Like, what if this isn't some common Pokemon you can find in an area like Smeargle? What if this is one of the guardian deity Pokemon like Tapu Koko? Because Mimikyu does sound a little omnipotent, it does sound a little almighty, so maybe this thing's true form is a deity Pokemon that's actually feared. Like, Tapu Koko is loved. Everyone freaking loves Tapu Koko. It's freaking friends with one of the people. But maybe some of these guardian Pokemon are actually feared because at the end of the day, they're guardian Pokemon for Alola. It could be protecting people, but it could be protecting the Alola region by watching it from this disguise and making sure that nothing goes wrong. But it also just could be this random disguise common Pokemon, so don't go too far with that. But anyways, guys, that's all time for this video. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed it, and let me know what you think about Mimikyu and whatever the other thing was. What was it called? Kitaraguma. Did everyone forget to Onimaru? Do remember, guys, that there's gonna be a trailer dropping probably probably in a few days, because CoroCoro is supposed to leak on the 15th, and usually around the 14th or 15th, the official Japanese site and English sites post details and actually a full trailer. So we'll probably see some gameplay of this in the coming days, so look out for that. Actually, right here in the distance, you can see freaking land. What if they're gonna show us in the trailer like another island, and they just hint that this thing is... Wait, are those a bunch of Raticate? Or are those like a bunch of logs that this Pokemon needs to go and like break each log to make you a path? Dude, you used a Rhyhorn, you rode a Rhyhorn, and you broke rocks on the way. What if like you teamed up with this thing to get rid of the logs in the way? I could see that. Like, look, if there's just a bunch of trees blocking the way and they're already cut, this thing could just break them and make the path. Let's just end the video. So anyways, guys, keep playing, keep laughing, and keep believing. See you in the next video. Peace.